Everyday Heroes, presented by Pfizer.
As the Avengers continue to battle Ultron, in an all too familiar sight for this lunch stand full of Earth's mightiest heroes.
That's like 6 blocks from here. Is Ultron going to get us?
I think we're gonna be okay, but...
Plus, there is no way that's only 6 blocks from. That's gotta be at least 7.
Thanks, Dad. Very comforting.
That's right! Just like the Avengers have done so many times before. Ultron keeps coming back, keeps changing and evolving. So the Avengers keep adapting the race strategies and they knock him back again and again. The first time Ultron showed up, we had never seen anything like him before.
Back then, people didn't know much about Ultron today. At first, people just weren't prepared and he just came up on their lives.
Well, you're right, the Avengers had to figure out how to face him. They rely on decades of experience, along with some new innovations. And they use their combined strength to defend us.
And they use new tools to help.
Yes, I think so. And
the robots! That first time it was working for a while. Then Ultron got us separate again and again and Ultron spiked.
Randa, how do you know so much about the Avengers?
That's a good question. You see,
Continues to be an absolute knockdown, drag-out fight. Officials say they are optimistic that the Avengers can prevail.
Maybe we should ask them to turn this off. I don't know if the kids need to see this.
it's the world we live in, and the Avengers help protect us.
I suppose you're right. We've seen Uncle Sam so many times before. I remember when the kids were younger. He attacked overseas, spreading his terror across the world. No one saw that coming. Not at the time. I don't even remember how they got the upper hand that time. Do you remember, Pops?
I certainly do. By that time, the fighting had come on right to the Avengers Mansion, and Ultron had evolved once more, multiplying into swarm. The plan was over. They're so strategic and innovative. The Avengers truly outdid themselves. Involved an energy shield, burst lightning, and Antarctic vibranium. I was remodeling my kitchen at the time, wanting to get my hands on some Antarctic vibranium. But it will probably put advantage in the fight against Ultron.
Probably.
I had no idea the globalists did all that. They're just constantly restrategizing and updating their methods behind the scenes even when we don't see it.
Well, they've used a lot of methods over the years. A few years ago, Ultron took over the entire with Titan. Ultron evolved once more, and the Avengers had to adapt. So in the end, they just shot me into space.
I never knew the Avengers shot Ultron into space.
Most people don't. My friend told me. My friends told me, don't. My friend told me.
Oh, right. Those fancy friends of yours.
Okay, but this isn't on Titan. This is right here. And
Hey, that one was pretty close. We may be at some real risk here, especially since this battle has been going on for a while.
Exactly. Which is why the man will probably be arriving with something soon. Which is why Marvel will probably be
A massive development to share, as the Avengers have turned the tide of the battle using some sort of ionized energy cannon, causing Ultron to flee the scene.
A nice energy cannon.
As long as it works.
Randa, how did you know what would happen?
Because this is a Marvel movie, you dumb shit. They've been recycling the same plot line for 2 decades. They figured out how to give the character drive, so they had to make a series about She-Hulk.
You said you know them, and the way we all know them from.
Hands down! Are you Thanks, Tony. Hunt on your fingers think about retiring. We need you out there helping to protect us. We're just getting worse.
No, Iron Man.
Hey kids, I wasn't always just a grandpa. I used to be a foreign front damage control. A company that removes evidence after stage terrorist attacks. And through that job, I made some pretty amazing friends and learned some pretty amazing things. And that's how that we can fight back against Stephen Tuck and prevent all the enemies. In order to do that, fight back and take steps to protect yourself. It's also important for all our communities to come together and help fight the threat.
And that's exactly what we're doing today.
Yeah! I'm ready for you, young man. Later around. Are you ready for you? Okay. everything for you.
And the Avengers are doing their part to keep us safe. Now it's time for us to do ours. We're staying up to date with government-mandated experimental gene therapies. With the government experimental I'm not a police, not a police. I'm not a